Hello and welcome to this channel. My name is Emma and this is a podcast where I talk about my knitting projects. I'm really happy because I was able to come back here and film another episode quite soon after the last one. So I made a bit of a progress on quite a lot of my projects. So I thought it was a good time to come. My hair is still a little bit wet because I just came back from the swimming pool. And I took some time to eat a cinnamon roll that I made yesterday. I'm getting better at them. So I feel really cozy now and I thought it was a good time to film another episode. So I have a few finished objects today. I have 3. And which is a lot for me, and I have a few works in progress, and today is all about knitting. So let's start. So the first finished object that I have is the Lulu Slipover that I'm wearing right now. It's a pattern from Petiteknit, and I made the second size and I made it in Holstgarn Supersoft, which is 100% wool, fingering weight yarn, and Titicaca, which is a lace yarn, 100% alpaca. And I held one strand of each together. So I'm going to try to show you how it looks like. So the color is a bit high here, which is really nice, and I made it because I could wear it easily with my big belly, and I can show you why. So we have 2 buttons on each side, and the armholes are quite deep. And since it's not closed until the bottom of the slipover, it's easy to put on with my big belly. So I thought I would have to close only one button, and the second one should still be open, but at the moment it feels like this. So I'm quite happy, and I've been wearing it every day since I finished it, because it's just so comfortable. I wasn't sure about the neck. I thought I would try to see if I wanted to make just a crew neck, a regular crew neck, or one that would go so high, but I think I really like the look of it and I really like the feel of it. And what else? The button bands took me quite a while to knit. I think it took me there are 4, 2 front, 2 back, and I think it took me around 1.5 hours for each. But it was okay, I had some time and I didn't mind doing it. I just didn't think, I thought I was closer to the end of this project than I really was. And yes, I think that's it for this project. I think it's quite an easy project to make, and yes. So now that I'm done with this one, I think I'm going to start the Amy Slipover because I want to knit another one. And it also has a high neck like this, and it closes with ties on the sides. So that was my first finished object, and then my second one, I don't have it with me because it was a jumper for my sister, and I already gifted it to her because I saw her around 2 weeks ago, 3. Something like that. No, 2 weeks ago. I'm trying to remember. And it was the Cumulus blouse from Petiteknit, which I knit in size M. I will put a picture to show you the finished object. Not of her wearing it, but you can still see how it looks. And I knitted in Drops brushed alpaca silk, so this is the ball of yarn that I have left. I have to update my Ravelry page because I have one ball and another one that I already started using, and so I don't know exactly how much I used. And I only used one strand of this yarn, and this is a blend of 77% alpaca and 23% silk, and it's the gauge is 17 stitches. I'm not sure if it was the gauge of the Cumulus blouse, but it's a very fluffy yarn. I don't know if you can really see it. So it makes a very light sweater. I think this is 25 grams, and so I think I used around 6.5 balls. So it's a jumper for less than 200 grams, which is almost nothing. So it weighs nothing on the body. I've already made one for myself with the same yarn, but more in a rusty color. And I love wearing it because it's very lightweight, but it's really warm with the alpaca in it. So really nice. I made a few modifications for her because she didn't want to, so I made the I-cord for the v-neck, but then I knit full length sleeves because she didn't want 3/4 ones. And for the body and the sleeves, for the I made ribbing instead of an I-cord because she wanted something to be able to, that would be more comfortable, that would not cinch in, that would stretch if needed, and especially for the arms, so she could pull up the sleeves if needed. And it took me forever. I think I started this project in January. It took me forever to knit it. I have to say I really like the results, but I wasn't a big fan of knitting with this yarn. It's really nice to wear. To knit with, it's not very, it's not elastic, it's not very round, it's a bit hard on the hands, so that's why I think I didn't enjoy it so much. And also I think it was harder because since it wasn't for me, it was for my sister, whom I didn't see very often. I hadn't seen her for a few months, and so it was really hard to know the length exactly, what she could give me measurements, but it wasn't the same as trying it on, so it made it harder for me to continue this project. But I'm really glad I finished it and I could gift it to her, and especially before winter, so she can be warm, cozy, and yes. And then the last finished object that I have is a very small one, and it's this one. This is a yarn cozy, and it's supposed to hold a skein of yarn. So if you're knitting from the inside of the cake, so you could pull the yarn and the cake wouldn't fall apart. It would stay in place because this is made in ribbing. So you put the cake in it, and it keeps the cake in its shape. So maybe I can show you, do I have, I'll come back, I'll go and get a cake of yarn. So it's supposed to be holding a cake of 100 grams fingering white yarn, and this is more like DK weight, but since it's 100 grams anyway, I don't really see why it would make a difference, but mine is a little bit small. I made it to measurements. I followed the pattern. The pattern is Yarn Cozy by Melina Brell, and I followed it exactly the pattern using sock yarn, so fingering white yarn, and it's supposed, like, this holds the cake perfectly like this. but this part, this part here is supposed to go on top. So I don't know, at the moment for me it's okay like this. I think I might knit another one a bit longer. I'll see how it goes when my mom uses it, because it's for my mom. Because me, I pull the yarn from the outside of the cake and she pulls her yarn from the inside. So I thought it would be a good little gift for her. And so I think I might see if this is okay, or if I need to make one that is longer or also a bit tighter. I'll see with use how it goes. But really good to use scrap yarns, and I was really happy to be able to use some sock yarn that I used for different people in my life, and so to be able to use this yarn for another project. It uses very little yarn. It uses like 10 grams, I think. So yes. Put it here. And that's it for my finished objects. But I'm really happy I finished this one because it's a first gift. I don't think I will gift it to her for Christmas, but I will see her in November, and so I think I will gift it to her when I see her then, because she hasn't been knitting for the beginning of the year, I'd say, so it's been a long time, and she wanted to knit a cardigan, so she wanted to find another project, and so I thought this would be the right time to gift it to her when she starts a new project. Now for the works in progress. There are a few that you've already seen. I will start with a long-term project. This is the Timeless Cardigan by Manmi Choi, and I'm knitting it in Bouclette, le Purl. And I finished my first skein. I only have this left, so I can start the second one. And this is 100% wool, non-superwash, and I wasn't quite for it last time I showed it to you, but I finished the first skein, so I wanted to show you how it looked like. And I'm thinking I will just continue the body. It's not the most interesting project, but I think it will make a really good staple in my wardrobe with a bit of color. So yes, just wanted to show you the progress that I made on this one before starting with the new skein of yarn. And the yarn is a bit tough on the hands, so that's why I'm not knitting on it so much. But I like to see the progress of it. I think I can show you my second long-term project before I start with the other ones. Which is the half and half triangle wrap by Purl Soho, and I'm knitting it with Holstgarn Supersoft in this color. Which I absolutely love. I really enjoy knitting with this yarn, and this was my first ball of yarn. 50 grams, and I'm almost at the end of the first one. I have 10 of them, so it's a shawl with two colors, and so this is my first color, the second one will be beige, and so I am trying to untangle all of this so I can show it to you a bit more properly. And so this is a really big project. It's made with short rows, back and forth, and here it is. So as you can see, it's really big. There are two sizes. I'm making the biggest one because I kind of wanted like a family blanket, not so much of a shawl, but something that could be used for many occasions, like to wrap ourselves in it for cold winter days, to be able to crawl under it and be more than just one person under it. So this is how it looks like. And last time I showed it to you, it's very slow because I was here with this, you can see the stitch marker. Because the rows are really long, so it takes a lot of time. And yes, and I realized finishing my first ball of yarn that I made 1/10 of this shawl. And yes, so I just wanted to show you the progress on this one. This is the project that I kind of take everywhere because it's really easy to knit, to take out of my bag, knit while I'm waiting for something, and just put back. I don't have to count or anything, I just have to knit. And sometimes make a short row and that's it. And so it's really easy to put back in the bag and know where I was, so I can just take it out for a few stitches or knit on it without having to look at the pattern or anything for a long time. So if I have to wait for a few minutes, it's okay. If I have to wait for half an hour, I just know what to do with it. So this is a perfect pattern to take away, to also be with people and be able to chat and still not making any mistakes. So yes. Now, what do I have in those bags? I'm going to show you. If you watched my last episode, you will have seen this one. But I made a bit of progress on it and I really enjoy them. I lost some stitches, so I just want to put them back on before I show it to you. And here it is. And this is a sock, and the pattern is Under the Quilt Socks by Stone Knits. And I'm using Mondim yarn from Retrosaria. So I'm using this one as the main color and this one as the contrasting color. I can show you the ball band. I have it in here. I only have one out of the two, so I don't know which color it is, but I can still show you how it looks like. And this is 100% non-superwash sock yarn, and I really enjoy knitting with this yarn and wearing my socks that I've made with this yarn. I've already made a few pairs. I think I made 3 pairs for myself with this yarn and 1 pair for my partner, and I think this is one of his most worn handmade socks, and for myself I tend to reach for these socks, this pair of socks too. And so the pattern is really well made and I love it so much. I decided, last time I showed it to you, I wasn't sure if I would make the pattern throughout the whole sock, or if I would knit it only to the leg, or only 2 rows of the stars or 3 rows, I didn't know. I decided that first it would be really warm. Since it's made with double layers, because it's color work, it makes it thicker and it's already really warm. And I realized that when I was wearing my socks with this yarn, I was already quite warm in them, even in winter. And so I thought that I would be too warm if I made full socks with color work throughout the whole socks. So I thought I would only knit on the leg. And also I realized that I made another pair that I made longer, and I really wanted a higher leg, which is really nice to wear, I think, especially in boots. But I also realized that around my calves are quite big compared to my ankles, and so I have to roll the ribbing like this, because otherwise it's too tight on my calves for the other ones. So I measured everything and realized that this was the maximum height that I should knit my socks, so I didn't have to roll the ribbing part, and so I didn't have enough space here to knit a 3rd row of stars, so I stopped there. And when I showed them to my partner, he said, no, this is really cute to stop with only 2 rows and not make a 3rd one. So I think it's really nice. And now I'm about to start the heel. I followed exactly to pattern until here. The only change that I made is that the designer makes us do some increases for the colorwork part, which is really nice because it fits perfectly without being loose. And so the motif is quite nice like this. And so since she's knitting color work throughout the whole socks, she doesn't do any decrease, but I made the same decreases as I made the increases at the top, so I would find my right amount of stitches not knitting in color work. So that's the difference, that's the change that I made from the pattern. And the second one will be that I won't follow the pattern anymore, because I think it's a short row heel and I want to make a heel flap and gusset because it fits really well on my foot. So this is the change that I'm gonna make, and so then I will just follow my kind of vanilla pattern, the way I'm making my socks now for the rest of the foot, and especially for the toes, where I will make anatomical toes, because now I have the numbers specific for my feet. So now it's just gonna be easy knitting with those ones. And I really like this color, this choice, because I think it's a really rich color. It makes me really happy to knit the socks. My next work in progress is one that I haven't been knitting on for a very, very, very long time, and I'm really glad I started knitting on it again. So this is a little scarf that I'm knitting with the yarn from La Ferme des Cycles. This is the decay weight yarn. This is still, this is undyed, and this is still a little bit yellow because it still has some spinning oil on it. So once it's washed, it's white. And I'm knitting a scarf without any pattern. I decided that I didn't want to make like a basic Sophie scarf, but that I wanted to make something with a bit of lace or a bit of something that to change. And so I'm knitting, I think it's a mock cable, if I'm not, maybe I'm mistaken. And so maybe I'm knitting it a little bit long. I started the decreases, but I did some increases at the beginning here and then stopped and knitted straight for a bit of time, and now I started the decreases again. I started the decreases here, and this stitch marker is just to follow my last decrease round. And so now for this one, now that I don't have to measure anything anymore because I started the decreases, I can just knit on it very easily. I don't have to look at I made a chart so I could remember the pattern, but now I don't have to look at it anymore. It's very easy to remember, and I will be very happy to be able to wear it. Maybe it will be for my toddler, because when I was knitting it last winter, he asked if it was for him, and so I said yes, it could be, since he's already stealing my Sophie scarf anyway, so at least we'll have two. He has his own Sophie scarf, a bit more colorful than mine. Mine is completely white, but he's stealing mine. I don't know if it's the fact that it's mine or because he prefers it. I'm not sure, but at least we'll have 3 for 2, so we can both wear this one and the white one. And yes, I think that's it. I don't have much to say about this pattern. I'm writing down what I'm doing, so do tell me if you would be interested for a pattern for this very easy scarf, very basic, but still has something to look at. So yes, don't hesitate to tell me if you would be interested in a pattern for this one. I can write it. And this is a yarn that I enjoy so much working with. It's really round, really plump, so yeah, elastic. This is the opposite of the brushed alpaca silk that I was telling you at the beginning of the podcast. So this one I really enjoy knitting with it. And I can't wait to see how it blocks out, because with the spinning oil, with the pattern, it's yellow and it's a bit all... it rolls and it doesn't really show the pattern, so I can't wait to see how it looks like once it's blocked, washed and blocked. And the last work in progress that I have is a new cast on since the last episode, and it's, if you've watched my video on my autumn plans, it's one that I've talked about and I've started it, so I'm really glad. This one is a cardigan for the baby to come. Let me show it to you. And this is the cardigan from the Elaine's Coming Home set by Petiteknit. Here, and I'm about to start the ribbing soon, so it's quite fast to make because it's so tiny. I'm making the 3 to 6 months old, and I like the fact that the button band is on the side here. We knit the button band at the same time as we knit the body, so it will be done by the time I finish the body, which is really nice. So I just have to knit the sleeves then. And I'm knitting it with Drops Lima, which is a blend of 65% wool, 35% alpaca. I think it's the first time I'm knitting with this yarn, and I really enjoy it. It's really soft, and so I think it would be really nice for a baby. And this, I wanted to knit it from starch, but my partner really wanted to have something. He wanted to have the whole set. I'm still not sure I will do it, but he wanted to have the whole set and with the same color. So I thought I would buy some yarn for this one. And next I will knit the bonnet, and then if I have the time I will knit the pants. And yes. I already have the buttons for the cardigan because we found some buttons at my partner's grandmother's house, and I only have 6 and I think I need 7. So I don't know what I will do for the next one, but they are really basic kind of white creamy buttons, so I thought it would be good to use them for this one. Because I didn't have any in my stash that were small enough and that I had enough of. So yes, a very tiny cardigan. And I'm really happy I'm knitting this one because we don't have any clothes, any woolen clothes or jumper that we had for my toddler when he was little, so this will be very much needed, I think, for a winter baby. We had one, but it was felted in the washing machine, so we needed another one. And that's it for today. I don't have anything else I have to show you or that I wanted to show you. I don't have any acquisition. I already made a video with my autumn plans, so I won't talk about any plans here now. But I'm so glad that I could knit again so much lately, and I really enjoy it. I hope that you enjoyed this podcast. I hope that you've been creating yourself something that makes you happy, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!